See it. You also have a fair bit of power, and there it is. We've seen this really coming back into fashion, as Carrier obviously the one to start it, but we've had other players delving that way as well. Career, I believe, having the most recent success on the champion.
So many answers to Cassante are removed.
Play does make some sense, you know, just keep her at range. And
works well with the front line that they have.
All right.
I do like how KT figured their way out through the second phase here. I was very worried that the options were going to be limited in how they tie this together. I think the Zahen was a big miss for me, to apologize to everyone. I feel like that should have been a pretty obvious angle. In fact, given how many times Perfect has played this into the Cassante this year and looked great on it and how good the matchup is. Both of them do such low damage as, oh, hold that thought.
Yeah, Amy gonna have to try and run out of this one. I mean, this is what this lane's going to look like.
And that does help.
Oh, Cuz just bounces on top of Willa like ships in the night. They're just gonna wander around one another. There's a heroic charge as if these Qs connect.
And will likely turn it into double scuttle with the prio they have linked up in mid. BDD already looking for his first TP back. And Willer's actually going to be able to answer.
Oh no, this is not where you want to be teleporting, and he has to watch it happen for so long. The fear does come in though, as now Willer in a very awkward spot. Oh man, if he had taken another turret shot, he was just dead. All right, meanwhile, fight here towards his bottom side is now aiming, trying to sidestep the Peacemaker once again. Does do so quite nicely as he's finished reloading now. The barrier is timing out. The KT, I think they've ran out of ergs, and that is going to be the snare to connect. Oh, there's a deadly flourish to flash forward, and Andel's going to go down. The 2v2 kill, but LazyFeel wants to find one back, and he will be able to get it as now Effort. Can you get enough damage onto this Caitlyn? And I think the answer is yes, as the Blooming Burst will make it a 2-for-1.
They need to be very careful. If any flourish connects, they might actually just get all in.
Well, aiming is just going to get netted on here by LazyFeel. Peacemaker does not connect as Willa looking to rotate over. Cuz is there to pick it up, but it's Willa with a buckler to take down the Jhin. An overextension from KT in the bottom lane is going to throw that lead away.
Blocked here by Cuz, but Willer still taxis and hits him with the buckler.
Oh, curtain call. There's aiming. Sniping handle, not entirely sure how we got to that position. KRX.
You're kind of jumpy on the observing cam right now, as we did miss this opening salvo here, so it's just Ando getting caught, flourished.
Sometimes you're not allowed to put wards down.
But if they had set this up earlier, you know, onto LazyFeel, they would have been able to win the fight, but LazyFeel chased them down. This time it works out. Always feels good when you can deny this from a Caitlyn, but you do need your bottom lane to survive, and so far they are.
Yeah, Pop Blossom is going to come on through. That's a dead handle again. Nicely played. Willa is not going to quite find the heroic charge, but will get the flash out of aiming. Lose too much from Willa being inside his jungle for a large amount of time as Yukal doesn't find a petrifying gaze. That is going to be the ulti out from BDD, but he is still very dead, ladies and gentlemen. The burn would have been enough, but Yukal finds the Twin Fangs and sinks them in.
This deficit could be damning.
Oh, there's an all-out for Rich, who just gets underneath the turret and takes 2 turret shots. Pop Blossom finds the minion wave, and there's the light binding to answer. And Cuz needs to save his support. BDD is also dying in this mid lane one more time as Yukal gets those fangs out.
And now he's going to go ahead and take this second dragon of the game. Will be one apiece. Yukal holding the line here as Cuz cannot enter. Yukal is so far ahead.
Wait a second. Aiming just going to walk behind them. LazyFeel very far away from this fight, but nets into the back of the Dragon Pit. Can Effort actually find an angle? That is going to be the question as the snare is going to connect. Willer is going to survive. That's a steal from Cuz! And now the curtains have been called. A lot of targets to throw these bullets at as Yukal would be so valuable. And there's a double for BDD. Maybe he's just rocketed back into relevance here this game. As Amy gets another snipe. And now maybe he looks for another one. Deadly Flourish tags Yukal. The miasma goes down, but Effort is still here, corralling the snake.
You looking for the snipe?
Oh dear, the snipe doesn't quite connect. Yukal walking very quickly and will be allowed to survive. Cuz is very annoyed about what happened in the early game. As okay, BDD also making his presence known down here as Cuz in a lot of trouble, goes untargetable though, and now the turret is going to get tanked up by another member of KT, and Cuz makes it out.
Perfect also has his TP, but he's going to wait and see if he likes it or not.
I don't know whether I like that play, as Rich does get ulted here by BDD. Effort is going to get queued back. Rich is so incredibly low.
Zahen on 2 items, by the way.
Yeah, Perfect is just going to dive into this backline. There's a Grim Deliverance, and Yukal is his target. Didn't only find one with his ultimate there, and now Perfect is going to be able to hunt him down. The flash away from Willa. He's running incredibly quickly, and Cuz flashes after Yukal. Yukal is still bleeding, but I think he is going... Oh, never mind, the last tick's going to do it! And it's curtains for the bottom lane as well, as the flash has to be invested from LazyFeel. So BDD going to have to be a little bit careful here. See whether they can get a teamfight setup, though. 3.5 minutes, it's going to be the next Drake. As speaking of setups, there are the curtains, as Ando once again going to be the target of aiming, but he does cancel it. The rest of KRX were closing in.
Sieging, though, this top turret the whole time. Willer going in?
Yeah, does find an angle here, as there is a charm used from aiming. Final Spark is going to get tanked up, as there is Effort finding the air with his Pop Blossom. Yukal will still be taken down, though, as Cuz is going to trade his life for it. And aiming, just barely living, and he's just going to die. Buckler to the head is going to secure it once again, as Perfect. He might need to ult to get himself out of this one, and he does so.
And you see that poke land here for KT. They have the stronger outranging comp, and Yukal is here. He showed up.
Teleport back from Rich as well. As the Pop Blossom is going to look for the angle there. They look to get on top of Yukal, and they've surrounded him. He flashes out of the way of the Deadly Flourish, but Perfect, he dives in. And now Willer is going to be going down as well. The Grim Deliverance of perhaps the series win from Perfect, as he looks to get on top of LazyFeel, gets into the back line, and gets the knock up to take him down. It's Cuz that finishes him off. But man, this KT top laner is doing work, and now only Andal and Rich left to try and salvage this game. They did manage to get the kill onto Cuz, but ultimately looking fantastic for KT with now probably a Mountain Soul. The best thing to do against the Cassiopeia is come at her from every angle, right? Because then she has no good direction to ult in, and someone is going to be able to get on top, as now the poke damage is landing. They are looking for BDD, though, as the Final Spark comes in. The all-out actually saves BDD, potentially, as finally Rich is able to take it down, but does need to sacrifice himself in order to do so. And now Cuz gets in range for the ulti. Willa catches him out of the air, though, and Cuz might be in trouble. He's going to get taken down, as this time Yukal's able to do damage. Maybe just get out of the way of the Poppy and things are going to work. Good sidesteps there from Effort, who's honestly had a great day today. BDD will find this ulti, as Willer is looking to try and get over the wall. There's a Pop Blossom, connects onto one. It's only Andal, though, but they're going to take that. Cuz looking for the angle.
Rich?
Not quite able to do so. Okay, Rich gets in with a huge shield and goes all out into the backline. Aiming is wiped out. Cuz is dead as well. LazyFeel might be going down, but oh, never mind. He kills BDD, and he's looking to kite Perfect. He gets snared. Andal locks him down. An ace in the hole for LazyFeel, the hero of KRX. They get an ace, and they'll get a Baron.
An ace for KRX is some of the best League of Legends we have seen this team play all year long.
Oh, Joker losing his mind right now, as you could understand. And KT well and truly on the ropes at this stage of the game, as Willa looks to get that heroic charge down. BDD wants to get on in here, as here is the teleport flank angle from the Zahen.
Perfect angle could save the game.
Yep, he can avoid the Poppycopter, but the Nico cannot, so they remove that option. LazyFeel is just dead, and Perfect is now running amok in that backline. Rich is dead as well, and now it's KT's turn to find the angle. Yukal flashes out of the way of the Pop Blossom, but now the kitchen sink will hit him from 1 billion kilometers away, and the snake will be thwarted.
I think this is one of those moments where we go from like ecstatic huge hit there onto Cuz.
Yeah, I think getting rid of Effort could be very important, but he has Shape Splitter, so it can be tricky.
Rich with the TP flank.
Yeah, wants to get that big shield back, as now Willa goes in. Does find the ulti just for the knockoff, as Willa looking to try and escape from this one as well. BDD is taken down as Perfect looks for the angle into the backline, and Cuz gets the ulti. LazyFeel goes down, and Yukal, the last DPS remaining, and he gets on in there, will be taken out, as aiming is going to die as well. Rich is running amok, finding some angles here, but Perfect is also still alive. His health bar pretty decent, and the main thing is the passive is up. And Effort, he's not going to be able to offer enough as
I don't
Perfect
think he
gets
can
a
do-
whole health bar back.
I don't
And
think he can
Cuz
home.
and Perfect just want to win the
Yeah,
game.
they're just going to go try to look for the end. Rich just cannot back. He cannot get home here.
Oh,
18
Effort.
seconds until Poppy is back. Perfect's pushing that wave, and 2 super minions here as well. Make it a third. This one survives as Rich.
All right, he might be able to
Can't go
kill
home.
Effort. Let's see whether they can take down these Nexus turrets and kill the Nexus as KT.
I think they can.
Yeah, 2 seconds onto Willa, 6 onto the Caitlyn, and the Nexus is now exposed. Cuz is the one that they need to try
Lazy
and
feeling
avoid
too,
it.
but it's too
Perfect
late.
is going to be there. The teleport in to make sure the KT win it. And man, it was close, but KT will